I suppose you hope the little black boy grows. 18 years.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see this home squad playing against Oklahoma City. And for Oklahoma City, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games. They can do better, and they'll try to get up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Thank you for tuning into this Sunday afternoon 2K Sports edition of the NBA. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. So for the Thunder, their last game, a loss, a real closely contested game. They couldn't come up with a couple of key baskets, and they lost by 3.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Right. There has to be some sort of consistent effort to generate quality shots. It seemed to me they thought they were going to come easily.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. They've got Ingram. Davis is out there with Aaron Baines. Then there's Dragic, and it's Batum in at the 2 guard.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Dragic. Simmons with the defensive effort. On defense, Oklahoma City. It's a 5-point game. Nowitzki a screen. Pass to Bazemore. To the middle, wants to get it to Simmons and does. And yes, it's good. You look at the success that Coach Billy Donovan has had both at the college level at Florida and his first few years in the NBA at Oklahoma City. Doris, he very much feels at home in playoff and pressure situations.
Well, certainly Billy D has a lot of experience managing a team in a postseason setting. This is a guy who always tinkers during the regular season to find different angles to help his guys. Billy Donovan, one of those guys increasingly who you don't want to see in a 7-game series.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Dragic kicks to Baines. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Paul Gasol.
It's so fascinating to look back on Thunder history because 3 current players who are dominating the league were together on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Harden, Durant, and Westbrook. In retrospect, the talent level on that team was unreal.
Williams gets the bucket.
Boy, that makes them 4 out of 5 to start this thing. They're finding very good shots early on.
Dragic kicks to Batum. Davis sets a screen. Batum attacking. It's blocked. Outside, Simmons. He dishes it to Williams. He kicks it to Nowitzki. Simmons sets a screen for Nowitzki. Nowitzki a screen. 6 to shoot. Here's Williams. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Williams has got 9 points. And going back to the Thunder teams with the big 3 of Harden, Durant, and Westbrook, and Doris, some bad luck with the Thunder during those seasons.
Well, first and foremost, they ran into a great Miami team in the NBA Finals. Then after Harden left, injuries to both Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook hampered their opportunities. Still, you think back, and if you're an Oklahoma City fan, you can marvel at the collection of talent you once had.
Now here's Williams. After the miss from Goran Dragic, here's Simmons. Dragic with some nice D. Thunder trailing by 11. Ingram with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against. Davis sets a screen. Shot to stop the run. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And Brandon Ingram, the 2nd overall pick in 2016 out of Duke. What do you make of his rookie season?
You know, very much a work in progress. You have to remember how young he is. Didn't turn 19 until 3 months before the draft, and he's still rail thin. So he's got a chance to improve very quickly over the next few seasons. as his body continues to mature.
Now here's Williams. He picked up 12 points in their last win again. Another miss by Williams.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
Here's Batum, rejected by Gasol.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
Nowitzki kicks to Simmons. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the home team going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be back with you shortly. And the Gasol brothers, Pau, talked about the joy of...
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really...
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way two of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become two of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Especially when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers. I mean, they traded him to Memphis for his brother, and that does all seem like fiction, doesn't it?
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
You love that they're making the offense work, right? Making every single thing they try to do hard.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Thunder 5 right now. Dragic is out there with Batum. Then it's Ingram. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Davis at the 4 spot. Back to Batum. Outside Dragic. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. Doris, it's been said that you started playing basketball in the 2nd grade. How did your love of this sport become so evident so early?
Yeah, you know, I moved to the Jersey Shore when I was 7 years old. There was a park right next door. And, you know, I'm the last of 8 kids. My family didn't have a ton of money. But, boy, all I needed was a rim and a basketball. And I could spend 6, 7, 8 hours. My mother used to call me back in from the park to have lunch or dinner. I just spent my entire childhood on the hard court next door dribbling away.
Were you naturally good at it, or did you feel like you had to work at it, or did you just feel like I got a knack for this?
No, I think, you know, obviously when you play the game from 7 years old, you pick up on a lot of the nuance. And as in anything, you have to work hard at something to be good at it. And
right.
It didn't feel like work because I love basketball.
It shows even now. Ingram. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Outside Williams. In the corner, Bazemore with it. And Simmons kicks to Williams. But they'll get another chance. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Outside, Simmons. Back to Gasol. Goes back up. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists in the game. Dragic kicks to Baines. It's Ingram on the wing. He's covered by Bazemore. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Well, Dirk Nowitzki may be in his final season, but Doris, as long as he's healthy, he could keep playing for years.
Well, no doubt. You know, he's got size and shooting touch, 2 things you do not lose with age. As Dirk said, listen, it's pretty clear that my game is not based on athleticism. And so that enables him to play at a high level, even as he approaches the ripe old age of 40.
That's good from Simmons.
And the Australian Simmons, a star in the making, folks. Thanks really in part to that tremendous skill set to go along with that gigantic frame.
Now here's Dragic. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Back to Davis. He feeds it to Ingram. Davis sets a screen. Shot off the pick. And he can't bank that one in.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Now here's Bazemore. He's covered closely. Misses the baby hook. Thunder trailing by 17. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And guys, really no ceiling on Ingram. This is a guy who has the potential to be a truly great player before it's all done.
And he sinks the second. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Good-looking screen by Gasol. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
And that's true. The officials used to be pretty lenient on those, but not anymore.
Davis with a screen on Simmons. Dragic dishes to Davis. Feeds it to Baines. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Dragic. And that's collected by Nowitzki.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Dragic. That shot off. And so it's the home team feeling good about their 17-point. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
And
Show.
what an amazing performance, the hometown. Taking a look at this home squad. Kenny, what's your take?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic, that's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
And big. That about.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Ben Simmons really making a difference here.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable.
Thunder trailing by 17. We've got Williams. Nowitzki is out there with Kent Bazemore. Then it's Simmons. And it's Gasol. And at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager. Ingram. Good on the bucket. Ingram's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Thunder.
And not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can also contribute inside. The way he releases his shot makes it very difficult to block.
Williams can't hit. Here's Oklahoma City. And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of. And he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
Dishes it to Ingram. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
The knowledge that Ingram possesses, well aware that the D is going to hack him in these situations.
Of course, every team now is looking for bigs who can rebound, block shots, defend in the perimeter, and hit the face-up jump shot, which we've seen. But now they're moving outside. That's asking a lot of the versatility from that one position. So when you think of that, who fits the bill in your mind?
Well, the guy who was eye-popping in limited action was Mr. Joel Embiid. What a great personality and a diverse skill set on the offensive end. Anthony Davis and Karl Anthony Towns, both from the University of Kentucky, have the kind of skill set that I think makes them the prototypical next-generation NBA player. Those guys can step away, make three-point opportunities. Both can face up, put it on the deck, and go in either direction. Both can go with their back to the basket. I mean, what a luxury for those coaches to have a big man with those capabilities.
Here's Simmons. He feeds it to Nowitzki. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Yeah, and guys, with Simmons, you get it all. The shooting, the rebounding, and the passing.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
You take nothing for granted. These teams are very familiar with one another, and we expect a close contest.
And here on the 2K leaderboard are the teams with the quickest hands in the league.
And it's no accident to see them at that top spot, guys. I mean, great awareness and anticipation. They apply a ton of pressure defensively.
Dragic with it, outguarded by Simmons. Here's Ingram. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Ingram's got 10 points.
And you can see just how great Ingram is once a screen is set. So confident in these kinds of situations.
Batum against Williams. Passes it to Simmons. Just 5 to shoot. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it. And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Simmons, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Yeah, how about the concentration by the 6'10" Simmons? Ridiculously good at completing these chances despite the D's best efforts.
Now here's Ingram. He's covered by Bazemore. Davis sets a screen. Dragic kicks to Ingram. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Tonight, he's gone 3 of 6 from the line. First one falls for him. He hits both from the stripe. Gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Williams against Batum. Outside Williams. 6 to shoot. Not enough on that one as it misses. Thunder trailing by 13. Outside Dragic. There's the pass to Baines. Batum dishes to Davis. Over Nowitzki. And it's Davis missing. Simmons. And so it's the home team. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We come back right after this. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. With confidence, 50% from the field so far. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Aaron Baines. Ingram is out there with Davis. Then there's Batum, and it's Dragic in at the point. They get it back. He goes up again, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call, Oklahoma City with the foul.
You just have to be more careful with Simmons. So brilliant at throwing the D off guard.
One trend we've seen, Doris, is the shift away from one primary ball handler toward a more collective approach. You think that change is here to stay?
Well, it'll be interesting. I do think the NBA is very much a copycat league. So you think back to the 90s and the slowed down, grinded battles between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks, to now the pace and space offenses that is so much fun for us to watch. What's the next evolution? We saw the San Antonio Spurs play big. Is there a team that wants to reformulate the NBA, find success? As you know, everybody's trying to beat the champ, and right now the champ is all about pace and space and equal opportunity offense.
Indeed. 4 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Davis, and the shot is good.
Always the size advantage. The great timing as well from Dirk Nowitzki.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
I tell you what, age ain't nothing but a number when you talk about the impact of Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, with his size and shooting touch, he creates so many openings for himself and his teammates offensively.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He said, "Do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back, guys."
And Nowitzki's turnaround, an unblockable shot when he's hitting. Greg, he's unguardable.
And even though he's lost a little lift in the legs, he's worked hard to kind of quicken his release. And just another tweak for a guy who's made a career of adding layers to his Hall of Fame game.
Bazemore gets the bucket.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right, the effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
Here's Ingram, and that one goes long.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
Williams against Dragic. Williams passes to Simmons. Williams a screen. Pocket 6. And Simmons kicks to Williams. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 12 points for Lou Williams.
Just terrific determination. First compiling the lead and now building on it.
Yeah, Greg, I think it's very difficult coming back in this instance. They have owned this game. Don't see them coughing up this lead.
And that one's good by Davis.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it. Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Dragic dishes to Davis, makes it off the glass.
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they've built here into the next game, because this one looks over.
Gasol a screen. Simmons passes to Williams. Back to Simmons. And they double up Gasol. The high post shot. The second chance effort. Williams kicks to Simmons. Good looking screen by Gasol. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Simmons.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it.
Davis setting the pick for Dragic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
And he's good on the second. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. Here is Cook. He's guarded by Dragic. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly. And thank you, David. Great interview once again. That's it, folks.